Let's just get things underway. I want to see what attacks are going to be coming out. I've heard there's going to be a ton of different ones in the meta right now, and so far I have not been disappointed. Carbon, what are we looking at this time around?
We're looking at a Yeti Bowlers. This is one of the meta attack strategies in the game coming through. Let's see. Has a bunch of archers. This is what you tend to see. If you see the clan castle on the far edge of a base that's very easy to be lured out, you'll see the CC be filled with tons of archers, goblins, maybe even a witch at the very end. The reason being is because if there's triple ice golem, if there's a lava hound ice golem, that's super easy to pull out of the CC really with like one giant or one troop. You want to make it as difficult as possible, and there it is. We do see a witch as well. They got to run across this map to that Grand Warden over there.
Oh boy, that is going to be a bit of a hike, but still, one of the fun things about these Grand Warden walks is your ability to get them back under control. The Queen, she's a rogue agent. When she gets out there, when she gets things underway, she just kind of does what she wants. But the Grand Warden, you have that additional modicum of control. You can just bring things back in line. And I think we're going to be seeing that here from Lek as he's cleaning up all the CC. There come in the majority, or I should say, yeah, there's the rest of the smash with those Yetis, with those bowlers. This is going to be the bulk of the attack. And as I say that the Grand Warden is there with that life aura to just buff up every single one of them. A quad quake to open up this base. Lek is moving on in.
Oh yeah, he's pushing his way through. He didn't actually have to use that poison spell until the ice golem over there for the king, but pops that Grand Warden Internal Tome. Does he have just enough through the Town Hall Giga Bomb? And he does last through it. And now the Siege Barracks is going to be moving his way over on the outside with the RC coming through. Probably we'll see some Hog Riders coming out of that, but he does have two more phrases to use with a multi-target Inferno all the way on the top side. But look at this. We still have the enemy Queen full health up top, surrounded by 3 Expos. That's going to be a pain to charge through.
Yeah, that is that's going to be a little bit rough. And what are these hogs? They're just like taking breaks, man. I don't know. I feel like they just need a little more pep in their step as the spring tracks. Well, that's one way to find some pep in your step, is to jump on a giant spring. It's like something out of a Looney Tunes cartoon. But still, we are seeing the rest of this attack needing to do quite a bit of work. And I'm not sure if you have the troops left in the bank. You do have the healers. You do have some heroes, so that's something to be said, but I don't know if this one has quite enough gas, even with that free spell.
No, the Queen is on the outside of the space here. She's going to stay all the way around the edge. The Yetis are getting taken out. No healers there. And that Queen is staying behind the wall. And the Yetis were stuck on the wall while they're getting picked off there. And this is looking for a defense here for Urban. And the Queen still has her ability. Going to probably pop here on closer towards the end of the attack to try to get as much percentage here. But unfortunate for Lek, he's not going to be able to have enough through, especially that multi-target Inferno. That's there, but the Queen technically can reach everything, but she's not going to have the time here.
Yeah, with only a few seconds left on the clock, that's pretty much going to be all she wrote. Above 90%, though, looks to be the number here from Lex. Yep. Ain't nobody scoffing at that first attack. That was a solid opening salvo here from Ain't Nobody. And still 90% 2-star. If I'm starting a war off, yeah, I mean, obviously you want a 3, but you got to be happy with that one.
Yeah, you want to be, if you have those 2 stars, you want to at least be in the 90% range, and that is exactly where he was. So really good way to kick it off. But we saw in the last war that 1 triple made all the difference, and that's what they're going for here today.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of a go big or go home scenario. Again, we talked about the idea that teams can drop to the lower bracket. Nobody wants to drop to the lower bracket. That's not what you're aiming to do here. You're looking to secure yourself the win early, move your way onto the round of 16 and beyond. Let's see what One Hive can do. Let's see what their response is going to be. Their first attack of this war. Carbon Fin, let's get started.
Looks like we have Eric coming in with a Sui Lalo. Wow, Eric, I've not usually see him come in with a Sui Lalo plan, so I'm curious to see what he's going to be doing, sending the king straight into this Royal Champion. Does have an Ice Golem and 4 wall breakers. I'm going to try, because you really want to try to get at least one of those air targeting heroes, which is the Royal Champion or that Queen down. You really want to try to get that Queen because she does a lot more damage, but it's okay. He got one of them, which you could use those 2 skeleton spells to take out the enemy Queen. We got 2 sweepers pointing over in the direction, which it looks like if he's going to lollo around, it can be dangerous. But the big thing I want to point out, look around this town hall. There is no room for any giant bomb. So he knows he can send a blimp with sneaky goblins in there to help take that down. No problem. And you don't have to worry about those sneaky goblins getting taken out.
Tell us a little bit about these sneaky goblins, because if you're just joining us and you're not necessarily super up to date with all the changes coming into Clash of Clans, obviously we talked about the idea of these super wall breakers, sneaky goblins. Tell us a little bit about these unique troops.
Yeah, so for 7 days, once every week, or like 7 days, you can have the super troop, and one of them you can have is a sneaky goblin, but you can get it from a clanmate here, which inside this blimp we might see that come out of here. And what they do, they are invisible, and they can help take down those defensive structures or the resources, which the town hall is one. Out comes the balloon, and a dragon. Doesn't look like he has that, drops the skeleton spell, but look at all these archers coming out of that clan castle. He does drop that poison, and he has one lava hound moving through. The queen goes down. He's going to try to overwhelm this back end of this base here with one final air defense towards the 3 o'clock section.
That's huge, man. That poison spell did absolute work. My goodness, all those archers just stopped dead in their tracks. I don't think there's... Oh, there's still a couple down there, though. Not all of them did get taken out. Well, that could actually be kind of a big deal. The pups are going to actually look to clean that up. That was actually pretty massive, because there's still quite a few balloons still up here. I'm looking towards the outside of the base to see a couple of pups, to see a couple of minions. I see some cleanup troops doing some work here, and I don't want to maybe get ahead of myself, but this is looking like a pretty decent attack.
The big thing is this wizard tower. I'm worried about if there's any red air bombs near it. It can help take these balloons down real quick. The thing is, you typically don't want to put red air bombs near air defenses anymore, because of those, when the lava hounds fly across, then when they pop, they're going to pull the red air bombs, and you usually want to put it by the town hall of scatter shots where the ADs are far away. We have the one witch that is still moving across this base, and unfortunately, he doesn't have... Well, the balloons could kill it off, but now it's just a matter of time here. Does he have enough? Nothing else is going to take out these balloons.
That's it. Nothing else can shoot up. The king is just going to be like swinging his sword at the sky, just being just kind of mad about the whole situation. Don't need to take down those heroes, of course, and I don't think that's going to be a huge factor here regardless. I don't think that's going to be the 3-star hit. Oh my goodness, Eric with an epic opening attack is just not going to quite be enough. Bit of a heartbreaking start here, but still a really solid attack to begin things for one Hive, and still, more importantly here, at least for them, I imagine, above their opponents.
Yeah, getting into the 90s as well. Eric, really a nice try. 94% 2-star right there, which is going to give them the percent advantage in this war. It's all tied up on the stars. So someone is looking for that first triple, but still a really great attempt right there.
Yeah, really, really solid opening. Both teams actually above 90%. This is what we've kind of come to expect now in the state of competitive Clash of Clans. I remember back in my day, way back in season 1, like 75%. 75% would be a good hit. We'd be like, yeah, that's pretty solid. Now it's like, sub 90. I don't know, bud. I mean, maybe we're getting a little bit spoiled. Maybe just a little bit, but still. Some of the best teams in North America are here, and they're putting on a clinic. Let's jump back in with AintNobody for their second attack. We'll see if they can pull off a 3-star here and put one Hive on their toes.
Yeah, we'll taking a look at Dissectatron coming in with another Yeti bowler attack here for AintNobody. We're looking at a blimp coming in straight into the single target Inferno. He's going to use this raid spell because the enemy queen is there. And no, he is not. So this enemy queen, I believe, is going to stay alive through the scatter, through that. But really, all he gets is the... Oh, no, he did get the single target Inferno, so that is good there. But now comes the Grand Warden Walk over on this right side. Baby Dragon to help clear a little bit of a funnel. He does have one super wall breaker for the outside, and then he's going to try to jump his way into the core.
All right, very clear order of operations for the rest of this attack. Kind of surprised, like to your point, that he didn't drop the rage there to help take down the rest of that compartment. That could have made a big difference. Maybe thinking not worth it, he's still going to be able to get it done, but still having that Warden statue, still having the Queen alive on the defensive side could be a little bit annoying as we are seeing that wall be broken right on open. This next compartment is up for grabs, and they are just going to charge right on through that jump spell. Like you mentioned, it's just laying down. It's not the red carpet, it's green, but still, the concept is the same. Please, sir, come this way.
Absolutely, trying to get his way straight into this town hall, and we're gonna have some bat spells for the back end with the Royal Champion. You just have to keep your eye out where the splash damage is. We have about 2 wizard towers towards the bottom side with the eagle all the way there. RC is coming over on the right side, gonna move all the way around this base here, but the Yetis jumped out, and now they're jumping back into the core here. Still has that queen ability. If he could push through this core and gut the core, the bats can help clear a big portion of the space here.
We are seeing the bat wave now coming in at that 9 o'clock position from the west. and the utilization of these free spells to help keep them alive is going to be critical. How you utilize your free spells is the make or break for good bat attacks, and having troops in there to help tank for them is another great part of that equation, and that's the combo we're seeing being utilized right now. There's 2 free spells in play, going to be able to make it 3 at their leisure. That's a good bit of bat usage, Carbon.
Wow, look at those bats went straight to that final splash damage defense right there, which was the Wizard Tower. And now it's a matter of time to clean up the rest of the space here. The Archer Towers and Tess picking off these bats slowly here. I don't know if he's going to have enough, but the Yetis up top should take the Archer Tower down, and it does, but the bats get picked off right there, unfortunately.
Oh, no. I think there's enough damage left from this attacker to take down this base. I don't know if there's enough seconds left on this clock to get it done. That's my big question mark. Even with these 2 hidden Teslas down here towards the bottom, they'll be able to take those out. No problem. Easy peasy, but it's going to come down to time, Carbon. Oh, my goodness. This one's going to be down to the wire.
The Grand Warden, he was hitting the Teslas right there, and then he stops. He needed to keep taking them down, and now the Queen is beating through. Wait, the Warden's now going to follow with a Yeti, and Wizards are going. No, now he's going back to the wall. What is this Warden doing? Oh, my goodness. It looks like it's just going to be a time fail right here. These Teslas are going to stay up, and it's going to be a 96% 2-star. Oh, what a great effort right there.
Oh man, that Grand Warden needing to update to AT&T 5G apparently, because his GPS was just taking him in circles. I don't know if that was it right there. It was so close. It was so close. I don't know if that would have made the difference, but my goodness, did that come down to the wire? Still, every single one of our attacks so far north of 90%. That is a really, really good way to start this war and giving me high hopes for the rest of it, because every single one of these players, they're just itching to be the one to drop that first 3-star of the war. Think it'll be 1 Hive here? That's the question, Carvin. Let's get into it. Let's find out. I can't wait to see who's up next for 1 Hive.
We've seen every single attack coming in here, one after another, higher and higher percent. Will this be the one that gets to the 100? Can level 8 Pidgey? I mean, you've talked about it before about level 8 Pidgey, right? You wanted him to see if he could get upgraded. Well, here he is. He's going to try to prove that to you here. Coming in with the Grand Warden walk over towards 3 o'clock. He's going to clear out all of these defenses. I'm taking a look at where all the Infernos are. They're all far on the left side. Does look like he finds the Tesla farm as well. We have 4 Expos right behind the Town Hall as he's going to try to charge through. But he has 2 Super Wall Breakers as well.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so he's going to have options to get in there. The question is, once he's in, what can he do about it? Like you mentioned, all of those Expos, that is going to be just a hail of fire to try and get right on through. The Sweepers there as well, keeping an eye on those. This here come the Yetis. The Yetimites going to be disembarking and doing their work. There's the first wall break going to be happening there just on the outset, as well as the siege barracks to help continue to support this push. But there we go. The bulk of this attack is now going to move in towards this town hall, but those Expos, they're looking oh so scary.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to make that push into the core, but unfortunately, it looks like he was a little too late here on that funneling, which caused the Queen to go far on the left. He drops the Quake right here on the outside. Oh, no, this Town Hall. He still has the Royal Champion. It pulls out the Clan Castle, but nothing targeted Town Hall. This is going to be a nightmare to push. Oh, this is not looking good.
I mean, lazy funnels lose games.
No.
My goodness. And we didn't see the funnel perfectly set up the troops to move on over into the core to take down the Town Hall. Now we do have the Giga Inferno being activated here. They're going to try and take this down. The free spells are being utilized. They have to take down this Town Hall, Carbon. They have to get this star. It has barely been tickled. Oh my goodness, that's still a pretty full HP mark. Can they finally take it down? That's the big question mark. It is going to be close. I think they're just...
Oh my goodness, the Yeti does not, but he still has the Royal Champion. Pops her ability, takes the Town Hall down with the shield there, but he tried to use that Royal Champion somewhere else in the base. He waited and had to force to use her on the Town Hall so he can get a little bit more percentage, because he realized once that funnel wasn't set, all the troops ran around. It was just trying to save the 2-star at that point.
You know, maybe level 8's, maybe that's the right level. Maybe that's the right level right now. Just chilling, just level 8. That's I think that's fine. Because you know what? Another key structure I was getting crazy about that Town Hall, but the Eagle Artillery was just the sleeper that whole time. It was just raining down destruction on that attacker the whole time. And if that I always say this is sort of my barometer of success. Are we going to see a high percentage 2, we're going to see a 3 is where in the scheme of that attack does the Eagle Artillery go down? And we did not even see it leave the defensive side there. So only 76%, still a respectable hit, but now a 10% difference, 12% difference between these two teams. So that's going to be a little bit of work back here for One Hive. Ain't Nobody looking in a great spot. But again, Carbon, we know this. 1 3-star hit can make all the difference.
Absolutely. Just that one triple. You can lose on percentage, but as long as you have those stars, you will be moving on. And it's gonna be a close one here. That's what we want to see. So we're gonna be jumping into this next one. Oh my goodness. I just can't wait to see what the next attack, what they're gonna be planning. And looks like we have the town hall all the way kind of isolated in the core. This could potentially lead to a potential 1-star, but also if he gets the right way around, then the troops can move their way through and maybe save the blimp or something for the town hall.
This is a very elegant looking base. Like I understand what the different compartments are trying to do. I see the different avenues of attack. Evan's got his work cut out for him on this one. The Warden Walk to start things off. Oh man, he does not want to have to waste a rage on those healers here to keep the Grand Warden alive. No, this can be just fine. Can be able to get him right back up to full HP. But that's like a bad, because like burning, a full queen charge, a rage on your healers there makes sense. But you don't want to do it on your Warden Walk.
No, absolutely not, because you want that one to at least get the buildings down to set the funnel and then move your way through, because the biggest issue with Warden Walks is time. You would usually really want to try to do the Queen Walk, but the Queen Walk can be very risky if the Queen doesn't go the wrong way. Yes, Grand Warden Walk is safer, but it's a lot more time consuming here. He doesn't do as much damage by the Queen, but now he's moving his way through. Get ready for that Grand Warden ability, and he pops it now because he wants to not only protect the Yetis and the bowlers, but he wants to protect that blimp moving all the way across the blimp, the town hall here, and try to help take that down.
So many freezes. It just wants to go and fly and do things, but it finally did get in there. The town hall is going to go down. That's going to be massive here from Devin, able to secure that 1st star, but I don't see a whole lot of troops left to be utilized, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of troops left in this base. I don't know how I'm feeling about this. It's definitely going to be 50. It's definitely going to be a 2-star, but there's still a lot of defenses to go through here. Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of defense, but he's got the bats still to move through the base, and there they go. The bats can crush. He's got 3 phrases. Literally, the bats can remove the rest of this base if he keeps up the momentum. The Queen is moving through. This is actually looking pretty good here for Devin.
It is, yeah, those bats. I mean, they're corner of my eye. They're on the second. All right, I just kind of missed them, if I'm being fully honest. The bats are here. I normally sleep on bats, but this time around, they are doing the work. And oh my goodness, Devin, knowing exactly when he wanted to utilize this here, those freeze spells, the shield to go on through.
Wow.
Move over, Captain America. We got a new hero in town. And this is looking really good with 44 seconds left on the. Hang on.
Yeah. This is looking like a 3-star. The bat's going to remove that top archer tower, at least I think here. But he does have still that Queen ability. She can reach it as she walks around. King's there. This is looking like a 3-star here for Devin, trying to help take down Eric on One Hive.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's, if you're Eric, that's not what you want to see happen here. There's the Royal Cloak being used. We have the minion and the archer on the other side cleaning up the last of these structures, and I think that's going to be it. With time left on the clock, it is going to be Ain't Nobody that draws first blood in the war to 3 stars, and that is going to be it. Super solid play here. Now up 7-4, 95.3% average damage dealt after 3 attacks. Oh my goodness.
And there was the first triple. Like we mentioned, we have to see the 3 stars coming in, because otherwise you will be at a huge disadvantage. All it takes is usually 1, but Devin got that one right there. So now One Hive really has to make this comeback.
Yeah, I mean, this is now an uphill battle for them for sure. I mean, again, they have 3 attacks still. They know what they have to do. They know what strategies they want to execute. It's just going to come down to making sure all your funnels are set. All you cross your T's and dot your I's. I always get that backwards, but not this time. Let's get into our next attack here from One Hive. Let's see what they can do. Down, but not out. As I said, they're the favorites coming into this. They are veterans here in our ESL Mobile Open, and it is Urban Legend. This guy, well, he's a bit of a legend in his own right.
Absolutely. We're going to see if Urban can come in with the drag bat. Does have the blimp as well. I'm taking when I look at these bases, the first thing I'm really looking for is where the air defense is and then the sweepers. They're both kind of pointed out here in the base. It looks like a symmetrical base. So if the king and queen kind of go one way, you can kind of react and just flip the plan here. But let's see. We do have the RC coming down at 6. Look at this RC value. She can not only take down this air defense, but she can grab that Eagle artillery. That's a lot of value right there.
Yeah, that's absolutely massive because I talk about it and I talk about it and I harp on it and I talk about it some more. How you should take down that Eagle artillery is kind of a really good defensive structure, and we are going to see the Royal Champion doing that here. She is going to go down herself. However, that's just sort of par for the course at this point. Queen using her ability here to just get as much value as possible here on this eastern side of the base. Would want to take down this Inferno, but I just don't think it's happening.
No, the queen's not going to be able to get over and behind the wall right there. He does have that blimp. Get ready to see the dragons coming right into this spot with the Grand Warden, and then the blimp should be coming right behind, popping that Grand Warden and Eternal Tome to protect that blimp. Now the biggest thing I want to think, is he going to put balloons inside of here, or is he going to have sneaky goblins to help take that town hall? Because if it is just balloons, he won't pull out a ground targeting CC like Ice Golems or a Lava Hound, but he does pop it, and there he goes. He's going to try to move his way through the core and overwhelm it here.
Yeah, here we go. And you know what? You promised me sneaky goblins, Carbon. I want to see some sneaky goblins coming out there. And I can't honestly tell. There's too much smoke and stuff.
Well, it was sneaky goblins because we do see the triple ice golem coming out, where the problem now is these dragons are going to get stuck on those ice golems. He should probably drop an archer over towards 9 to move the ice golems and drag the dragons over there, but the bats are moving their way through. The enemy RC is doing some work as well, and unfortunately he only has 2 dragons left, and the scatter shot takes a bunch of the bats down. And it doesn't look like he has enough here to push through the back end of the base.
Oh my goodness, the scatter shot, the bane of all bat players, my goodness. And now with so many tools, like I thought it was tough to play bats before. Now the defenders have so many tools in the toolkit, so many weapons in their arsenal to try and deal with these swarms of very angry bats. I feel like it just makes bat players angry, if I'm being fully honest. That's just that's rough. Only 78%. I think this will probably be one of our lowest attacks yet of the day.
Yeah, unfortunately, the splash damage defenses were spread around this base, so it's really hard to use your freezes to help take that or freeze them as the bats moved around, and then they will just get taken out. Finishes right there with an 80% 2-star. So One Hive really needs to try to make this comeback. They need a handful of triples because right now they're not winning this percentage game.
I'm so glad you pointed that out. That was exactly what I was thinking. Because now they're getting to the point in the war where they have to not only get tied in terms of percentage, but they have to then beat, or in terms of stars, they have to beat them in terms of percentage. Back is against the wall. I got to check in with Echo here as well, our analyst who's watching these clips as well, watching these attacks. Echo, what do you think here, man? What is going wrong for One Hive?
It's the Titans are having a tough time today. We have One Hive, we had Space Station, and they're struggling. And I mean, the use of the bat spells and that 100% attack was beautiful. You thought that one was done, and then Carbon said, "But wait, there are bats," and the bats are able to clear most of the base out. And unbelievable, great play on both sides, but they have to come back on percentage. They are quite a bit down on a percentage and a star.
Yeah, I could not agree more. But wait, there's more bat play catching me off guard. But those pros watching at home are like, come on, Inferum, you know what's going on. But yes, I agree. A huge task now for One Hive, and AintNobody just got to keep doing what they're doing. Let's get into this next attack. Thank you so much, Echo, for our mid-match check-in. I like that. I like that in terms of tournament. I think we'll stick with that for now. I'm digging it. Let's get into this next attack. Carbon, take it away.
We're seeing another drag bat coming in right here, but he does have 2 ice golems, using the first one down here at 6 o'clock. Sends in the king and the queen behind. I feel like this ice golem might have been dropped a little bit early here. Let's see. He's going to freeze up the archer tower, and the king's okay. The king's going to charge straight in, but this RC, no ice golem for her, so she's going to have to charge her way through the right side, and she's going to push her way through. But we have the sweepers that are already to the top side of this base, with the town hall kind of isolating the core here. So we'll have to see the value he gets.
Yeah, I mean, what is with these like 4 stacks of expos? I feel like I've not seen a whole lot of that until coming in sort of into these playoff matches today. But oh boy, this is going to be, yeah, with that Eternal Tome, this is going to be exactly what they need to just sort of strong arm their way into the core of this base. Tornadoes don't mean nothing as they take down that Eagle artillery as well, pushing their way right on through to this town hall. It is not long for this world as well. And all right, ain't nobody. I see you. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, get ready for the Million Archer CC coming out right here because the CC's all the way on the far edge. And now he freezes up the Wiz Tower again. The Bats under rage, clearing the whole top side. He's got to use one more freeze for this Wizard Tower, and he just gets it down in time. As long as if these Bats can take this Wizard Tower down, it's looking good. One final Wizard Tower at the bottom side, but he just, oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, the Bats died to it. Oh. Dang, those Bats getting taken out by the Wizard Tower. Definitely lost that momentum push through. We needed the Bats to move around, take out the Teslas, take out the single. He would have had enough Dragons to take out the enemy Queen and Wizard Tower down south. But with that single target Inferno still up, it's going to do so much damage to these Dragons as they fly right by, especially with that Queen too.
I like how it was just so sudden. It was like, here's a massive swarm of, no, Wizard.
Oh.
Nope. And it was just instant deletion. You hate to see it. Splash damage defenses. Oh man. Oh boy. Okay. Well, you know what? Still above 80%. Still holding on pretty well here. But I think this was definitely, if there was a slip, if there was a bit of a problem that one Hive could look to take advantage of, I think it's probably going to be this attack here.
Yeah, they're going to have to probably get about 2 triples here just to make a comeback because their percentage is pretty low. But unfortunately, these Dragons are going to get slowly picked off here by the defenses. We just have about 20 seconds left here in the raid. Dragons getting as much percentage as possible. And then finally, it's going to go down right there for about an 87% 2-star. Oh, how unfortunate. Going down, and then those Bats, that Wizard Tower, you just hate to see it when that happens.
Because like the timing, so there's this magic moment in the world of chain CC, which is a terminology from other games and other esports, but I bring it here to the realm of Clash of Clans for an instant because crowd control is important and overlapping your free spells perfectly is crucial. So you want to have this moment where it's like you overlap it just enough that there's not that opening for the animation, the attack to go through, but also you don't overlap it too long or else you're losing value on that free spell. Finding that sweet spot's important, and I feel like we just didn't quite hit it that time around. It was so close, but still a solid performance, 87%. Going to bring that total percentage down like 3%. Wasn't a whole lot, but still. One Hive, back-to-back triples. I need to see it. Let's go. One Hive. You've only got one chance. Let's make this happen. All right, let's get this going.
One Hive, they really need these back-to-back triples. If they can get it, then they'll have that chance. Or they could have a defense to help bring them back because of that one triple here. But Chubbs is starting with the Grand Warden towards 4 o'clock, going to help try to get as much of these trash buildings, including the Archer Tower and some of these mortars, out of the way. And he's going to send in the Yetis and Bowlers to try to charge his way straight into the core. But let's take notice, he does have a Siege Barracks right now. And is he going to help try to push into the base with that, or is he going to switch it up to a blimp? We'll have to take a look.
That might be the question there. We will keep an eye on that as this attack goes on. Another Grand Warden walk, marching his way into our hearts, into that base. One of those things. King coming down as well. Ooh, finding the hidden Teslas down there in the bottom. Going to be taking those out as the funnel is set, and they really want to take down this. That's a juicy compartment down there at the bottom. You got an Inferno Tower, you got a Wizard Tower, you got an air defense. Those are things you want to deal with.
Oh, yeah, he sends some balloons. Also, it'll pull these Seeking Air Mines to protect these healers. But, one of the Seeking Air Mine takes out the healer. Unfortunately, he doesn't drop the balloon to protect it. Bowlers are charging their way straight through the scatter. There's a jump and the rage. Get ready for the Grand War Internal Tome. He needs to pop it as he gets closer to keep these Bowlers and Yetis alive. But he does have the Siege Barracks over at 3 o'clock on the far right of the screen here. And we might see some hogs that might come out of that Siege Barracks. There's the War Internal Tome. The Town Hall does go down, but watch out, there's triple ice golems going to slow him down in the core here.
Yeah, those ice golems are going to create so much space, so much time for those defenses to do their work. You can just see them raining on down the health bars of the attacking units, just getting chipped away. more and more. You see the Hogs and crew coming in on the right side. The Brigade of Wizards is there as well to continue to put up the pressure and take down those structures on the outside. But the question is, has enough been done? I mean, what little remains of these attacking troops with the bombs and stuff, I don't know if this one's going to happen. We needed 3 stars. Chubbs needed to go big. I don't think we're going to see it here.
The big thing is that Royal Champion, she goes down. He does have the Queen ability here, but he pops it, and now the Wizards are moving all the way on the top side. I just don't think he's going to have enough with the Archer Tower Expo. 1 healer left. Is he going to have the Queen to be able to push her way through these final defenses? Her health is getting so low. Oh, wait, though. Jump wears off, and now she's going to have to go through quite a bit of walls. She'll probably have just enough, but the question is time now. Does he have the time? I don't know. He's getting through 2 walls. This is not looking good.
Well, that's heartbreaking. Oh, I feel like we never see that. I feel like the jumps, they just last forever. What gives? That's not supposed to happen. That's not the way it's supposed to be. And now the Queen has got to work her way through all of this. And with only a few seconds left on this clock, I don't think we're going to see it happen. A solid high 90% hit, but we needed 100. There's only one number that we really would have accepted here from Chubbs, and he couldn't quite get it together. Oh, man, that is heartbreaking because that was a really, really solid attack. Just didn't quite have enough legs to get there.
Yeah, 95% 2-star. Very nice try right there. I bet he's looking to try to see if he was able to save that Royal Champion ability for a little later in the raid, because so many of the attacks that are at Town Hall 13 really rely on keeping your Royal Champion alive to help clean up the base. And that one fell just a bit short for One Hive. So, there's the AintNobody with the 1 triple here and the percentage lead. If they get the triple right here, it's over.
Yeah, that's really going to be it. That'd be the nail in the coffin here from One Hive. And the day of upsets would continue. The teams that, again, are known in the community have been I recognize all the players on AintNobody. They have played in the ESL Mobile Open before. They are veterans as well. They've put in the time, but haven't quite made it to that stage. Haven't quite gotten that spotlight. Well, they're getting the spotlight today. Taking down a team like One Hive would really put them on the map. Let's get into this final attack here from AintNobody, who are going to be somebody after this game if they can walk away with this victory.
Yeah, we have the next attack coming in right here. We'll have to try to see what we have. A Sui Lalo. Look at this. 3 Lava Hounds. And he's going to try to charge his way. The Eagles all the way in the core with the 4 ground expos. That is the biggest thing you want to keep your eye on. Because, hey, you can fly all the way around and don't have to worry about the expos locking onto you. I'm just thinking, what is he possibly going to do with the potential to go for the 3? Is he going to risk it or going to at least go for the safe 2 here?
That's the big question. Never go for safe 2s. But we've gotten past that now, Carbon. Let's be real. There was back in the day when I said, 2 stars win wars, whatever. Oh, I was so naive. What a time. No. Go big or go home. At this point, if you can put the nail in the coffin, if you can secure this war, if you can lock it up right here, you do it. You go big for your team. You try and go with the epic play, and you try and get it done. And that's what I'm looking to see here from Lido LLC Incorporated, apparently, for Limited Liability Corporation. This guy he's putting his money where his mouth is. That's for sure.
And I believe the number that he's shooting for right here is at least a 73% 2-star. Because if that's what he gets, then if One Hive triples, I don't think they're going to have enough with a 3-star because of the percentage, the disadvantage, because they're so low on percent there. So I think if he gets a 73, that is looking good. But look at this. He is flying all the way around from the opposite side of this town hall here. This is risky.
This is okay. I asked for risk. I didn't necessarily mean like this degree of risk. I meant like, within reason. All right, that's fine. Free spells are going in. We do have the haste as well. Popping those pups, trying to keep a little bit of aggro going, as well as the battle blimp to try and make the beeline in there. But wow, you talked about it, Carbon. There is so much space still left to chew through. Here we go.
Wow, he popped that blimp early right there. He's pushing his way through. He's got a lot of percent. He's moving his way through. The balloons are going to make their way straight to this town hall. He freezes, but he misses the town hall. The balloons are going to take the town hall down. He locks it up. Can he get to the 73? The balloons are getting picked off here. Uh-oh. He's got some minions up top, 59. He's right approaching 60% here. But can he get to 73? I think that's the magic number he needs.
I mean, you've done the math. 73, if that's the number, that's what we're aiming for here. He does have a full health Grand Ward, and he's going to continue to tick through this as well. Has some pups and some minions. Try and make this one happen. I think with 74 now on the clock, that's looking really darn good. That is so solid. which means that now, oh boy, even if the 3-star is reached, even if 100% is garnished here for one Hive, I don't think they have enough to come back.
No, because it looks like they're going to be right around the 89% mark, maybe right around 90. And the best that one Hive can get is about to be 89 overall. So we'll have to see 81% grabbing a little bit more here because of the one triple gave them the huge advantage here in the war. But he took the risk. I mean, he went from the opposite side of the town hall. It is super risky, but it can lead to a higher percent 2-star for doing it. And hey, it looks like it paid off here.
I mean, it did. I mean, any risk that you walk away with a solid 2-star, it was worth it, because those solid 2-stars are like a couple of good interactions away from becoming 3-stars. That's why you do them. That's why you go for that risky play. But he did enough to secure his team the win here. Really, really solid. Like you mentioned before, even a 3-star, 100% hit here from one Hive would still not be enough. We're still going to watch this final attack. We're still going to break it down, but still, AintNobody didn't necessarily need the 3-star here to continue to lock it up. Let's go into this last and final attack, though, from one Hive. These ones are rough, just knowing that, look, but you still want to go out guns blazing, because, again, this is a double elimination bracket. One Hive losing here does not necessarily mean they're, I mean, it definitely means they're not out of the tournament, but it definitely doesn't mean they can't come back and make it all the way to the finals. We have seen it before.
Yeah, absolutely. They still have another chance. And I think, is this the match that one of these, the team's going to be in that final one at the end of the day, which might be the match that the loser of that one goes home. So that means I think we're going to see one Hive again here later in the match. So the king is going to move around. He's going to try to Sui his way into taking out, let's see, there's 2 scatter shots here. It looks like 2 single target Infernos. The RC gets locked down. Got to pop her ability here, and he does, and he gets it off there. And then the queen still has her royal cloak and finds a giant bomb, gets it off, and now he's going to try to lollo around this base here. Oof.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was close. This town hall, though, still up 31%. I mean, that's not a bad opening there, the first part of this hit. I think anything above 25% on the opening of a Sui Lalo is looking pretty darn solid. That's just my humble opinion anyway. But still, 31% being that starting number. They've got a long way to go, though, as the blimp is moving on in. Hopefully not going to pop that blimp early this time around. Even with the tornado trap there, that is going to be the rage, the freeze. Everything is committed. That town hall needs to go down, though. That tornado is slowing things up so much. My goodness.
Wow, he still has the enemy RC and queen on the back end of this base. I don't know what the plan was. No, at least I'm trying to take a look. There was no skeleton spells. The queen did not. I think maybe he wanted to try to get the town hall down. That's why he had an E-Dragon. And the town hall stayed up, so he had to change it up, send the blimp into the core there. And he had to change his plan because he was going all out for that Sui. And unfortunately, with the enemy queen, the world champion still alive, this E-Dragon will just have to do some amazing work somehow to take these heroes down. I just don't think it's possible.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But again, oh man, yeah, he kind of hates, because Raze is like so good. I don't think we can understate like how good of an attacker Raze is. We have seen Raze pull off clutch 3-stars more times than I can count. We've seen him, I think, almost every single season of the Mobile Open so far. This guy is consistent. He's the #1 attacker on the teams coming into this, and I'm just kind of surprised. I'm honestly, and I'm surprised, but I'm also really impressed. AintNobody came to play. Their bases were solid. They were tricky. Their attacks were clean and consistent, well executed, and they 100% deserve the W walking away with this win. So solid job there. Unfortunately for one Hive, they will be knocked down into that lower bracket. 87%, 10-star, solid, good, quite nice. But you need to be excellent here in the playoffs in the round of 32. 91.4%, 11-star war from AintNobody. That's the kind of thing that'll get it done here. A really, really solid play from them. Echo's been standing by, watching the war from behind the scenes from him in the wings. Nice timing there. Bring you back in. You're going to have our Xperia highlight from this last game. I imagine we're going to see that, once again, that epic 3-star hit.
Yeah, we have to. That was an amazing attack, and the bat usage towards the end of the attack was surprising to some of us, but it was really what nailed down the coffin, pulled in the triple, and actually ended up clutching the war, even though it was done somewhere in the middle of the war. So let's jump in and take a look at that. So notice we only have 4 healers in this composition, and this is the, we have a bunch of bowlers, we have the Yeti, and we're gonna get a really nice walk from that Warden in the beginning of this attack. It's all coming back to me now as I watch it for the second time, and look at this Warden's health, how close he was to going down. But you know, you don't want to have to pop the ability, you don't want to have to use the rage spell, and Devin was being very patient and a little bit risky at the same time as you watch that Grand Warden's health just get really close. But as soon as that cannon goes down, the Warden is going to be healed right back up. The super wall breaker, it looks like it was just a regular wall breaker. He's got the sneaky goblins he's utilizing. It's nice to see one of those super troops being used. Then we have the Grand Warden meeting back up with these troops, getting right into that compartment with the single target Inferno Tower. Sweepers are going to push those healers back a little bit, but we have all the troops going into this section of the base, right into that jump spell, which is beautiful. The pathing went just perfectly. Now with the Ice Golem coming out of the defensive clan castle, you have to worry about being slowed down a little bit, but it looks like it's not going to be too detrimental. Look at that Battle Blimp getting stalled along the way as well. But the Grand Warden's Eternal Tome ability, keeping everything alive and invincible while they were frozen. Now we have the blimp going down on the town hall, and it looks like it's going to be going down with what looks to me like a Yeti bomb. Yep, that looks about right. So the town hall secured. And at this point, this is when you were kind of curious, saying, is this going to be the end of the attack? We don't know if there's a lot left. And Carbon said, look at those 5 bat spells. And when you look at the rest of the base, all we have is the scatter shot and that wizard tower, which are right next to one another. They're being distracted by that Yeti, and they're being frozen. The bats are going to get massive value as they path from south all the way over to the east, not being light-handed with those freeze spells either, making sure that the splash damage is shut down. Now, the small number of troops that we saw left over in the attack look a lot stronger when you have the bats coming through, picking away defenses along the way. And the Inferno Tower with the freeze, and there's no splash left, although the bats are going to start getting picked away by the defenses left. We now have the heroes, we have the healers, and we have those Yeti to help clean up the rest of the things in this base. And part of the reason why this was so clutch was being able to get that blimp on top of the town hall, securing the 2-star, just setting the funnel beautifully for that bat wave along the back end of the attack. And this was clearly the highlight star attack from this war, although a few others were very close, just down to a few seconds worth of time. But this one stood out to me. And I mean, if you're looking at how to use bats properly and how to really clutch some attacks with bats, this attack strategy, this attack right here is a textbook example of how to get value out of those spells.
Just so solid. Again, I thought all hope was lost. Is that really the end? It can't be the end now. But then those bats came in and they were supported beautifully. The free spells were there, and the tanking troops made all the difference. Thank you so much for that Xperia highlight there, Echo. I'm going to say goodbye for both of you guys for now. Take a break, grab a sip of water, take a little bit of a relaxing one, because we have an amazing match coming up next. But before we get to that break, I need to give a big shout out to Xperia by Sony and Sony Mobile, our official mobile partner for the ESL Mobile Open. We are so excited to have them on board. And this Xperia one to the next. I've got a couple of them, actually. I am decked out in phones right now, and it's great having the chance to use this phone over the last few months. Working with Sony as a partner has been fantastic. Them also helping to support the grassroots of mobile esports and showing off an amazing piece of hardware that, you know, if you're looking to maybe up your game in terms of Clash of Clans, having that 21:9 ultra wide display, that cinema wide display, might be a great way to go about that. But we'll talk about that more as the show goes on. I also want to give a big shout out once again. I talked about it earlier. Good luck, have fun. AnyKey. If you guys want to sign the GLHF pledge, ! GLHF in the chat is where you can find the link to that, AnyKey.org. And you know, there's certain parts of the pledge that we like to talk about. You know, there's different promises that we make. You know, the promise that we're highlighting this week is the idea that people you talk to online are real people, and the words that you say can have a real impact. So keep that in mind sometimes, guys. If you're memeing in the chat, make sure you keep it respectful. And again, if you want to be one of over 500,000 people who signed the pledge, get that cool AnyKey Twitch badge, head on over to AnyKey.org to sign. It takes like 30 seconds. Pretty quick. All right, we're going to go to a break. When we come back, I would call it our marquee matchup, our sick war of the day. You do not want to miss it.